Prophecy fulfilled, flight to Egypt. Prophecy, Hosea 11 verse 1. When Israel was a child I loved him, and out of Egypt I called my son. Numbers 24:8. God brings him out of Egypt. He has strength like a wild ox. He shall devour the nations, his adversaries, and shall break their bones in pieces and pierce them through with his arrows. Fulfillment, Matthew 2 verse 14. So he got up, took the child and his mother during the night and left for Egypt. Context of the prophecy. Hosea 11 verse 1 reflects God's deep love for Israel and alludes to a past event when God led Israel out of Egypt during the time of the Exodus. Numbers 24:8 is a part of Balaam's prophecy, foreseeing a powerful and victorious figure who would emerge from Israel. Significance of the fulfillment. Spiritual parallelism. In Hosea 11 verse 1, my son, refers to Israel's past deliverance from Egypt. However, Matthew's Gospel applies this verse to Jesus, drawing a spiritual parallel between Israel's history and Jesus' life. Fulfillment of prophecy. The fulfillment in Matthew 2 verse 14 shows Jesus' experience of being in Egypt, thus becoming a symbolic fulfillment of Hosea's prophecy. Messiah's universal role. The reference to Numbers 24:8 implies the Messiah's universal dominion and power over nations, which aligns with Jesus' ultimate role as Savior for all people. Implications and reflections. Divine continuity. The connection between Hosea 11 verse 1, Numbers 24:8, and Matthew 2 verse 14 underscores God's continuity in his redemptive plan across history. Jesus as fulfillment. The flight to Egypt illustrates how Jesus, as the ultimate fulfillment of Old Testament prophecies, retraces the steps of Israel's history in a profoundly meaningful way. Symbolism of Egypt. Egypt, once a place of refuge for Israel, becomes a place of refuge for the infant Jesus, symbolizing how Jesus would eventually become the refuge for all humanity. Conclusion. The flight to Egypt as recorded in Matthew 2 verse 14 intricately weaves together Hosea 11 verse 1 and Numbers 24:8, showing the spiritual significance of Jesus' journey. As Jesus' life mirrors Israel's history, he emerges as the true and ultimate fulfillment of Old Testament prophecies. The flight to Egypt symbolizes Jesus' journey to fulfill God's redemptive plan and positions him as the Savior for all nations. Reflecting on this fulfillment reminds us of God's meticulous plan and the profound symbolism present in the life of Jesus, who fulfills not only specific prophecies but also the deepest longings of humanity for salvation and redemption.